Let's now shift our focus to West Asia, where British troops have joined a US-led multinational task force to oversee the fragile ceasefire in Gaza, a move that signals growing Western involvement in shaping post-war Gaza. The British Ministry of Defense has confirmed that a limited number of its planning officers are now deployed in Israel. Officials say the British officers are not entering Gaza itself and will operate strictly from Israel. On the diplomatic front, US Vice President J.D. Vance met with the Israeli Prime Minister. Early today, Vance acknowledged, in fact, the enormous challenge of disarming Hamas, calling it one of the toughest parts of US President Donald Trump's new Gaza plan.
We're very excited to sit down and work together on the Gaza peace plan. We have a very, very tough task ahead of us, which is to disarm Hamas.
J.D. Vance said Washington's immediate goal is to help rebuild Gaza while guaranteeing Israel's security. Standing beside J.D. Vance, Netanyahu rejected claims that Israel has become dependent on Washington and called the US-Israel bond an alliance of partners. J.D. Vance echoed that sentiment, insisting that America seeks a partner in Israel, not a subordinate state. Earlier in the day, Israel confirmed the recovery of 2 more hostage bodies from Gaza. And that brings the total number of returned deceased hostages to 15 since the ceasefire started on October 10. In fact, J.D. Vance also made it clear that the United States has no intention of sending troops into Gaza. Any foreign deployment on Israeli soil, he said, would require full approval from Israel. In fact, the U.S. Vice President expressed optimism, describing the ceasefire as holding better than expected. According to the Israeli government, the U.S. Secretary of State will be visiting Israel from Thursday. And during his visit to Israel's southern city of Kiryat Gat, J.D. Vance praised the progress made since the ceasefire took effect.
We've seen the past week gives me great optimism the ceasefire is going to hold. And if we get from where we were a week ago to a long-term durable peace between Israel and Gaza, there are going to be hills and valleys. There are going to be moments where it looks like things aren't going particularly well. But given that, and given the history of conflict, I think that everybody should be proud of where we are today.
Outside the U.S. Embassy, families of the deceased hostages staged a peaceful demonstration, urging continued American pressure to recover the bodies.
Bring them home! Bring them home!
In West Bank, Israeli settlers reportedly attacked Palestinian olive farmers and activists near the town of Turmos Aya. Masked men could be reportedly seen chasing harvesters through olive groves, one man striking at least 2 people with a club, including a woman seen lying motionless on the ground. Palestinian officials saying this is not an isolated incident.
More than 150 assaults since the beginning of the season, and we are talking about the first week of the olive picking season. More than 40 thefts of olive fruits and picking tools have occurred throughout the West Bank. More than 700 olive trees, and I am speaking since the beginning of the season, have been uprooted, broken, and poisoned, all concentrated in the Hebron, Ramallah, Jenin, and Jordan Valley areas.
As the mediators, in fact, talk about peace and Gaza's reconstruction, the reality on the ground remains fragile. The ceasefire may be holding for now, but its survival depends on rebuilding not just Gaza, but perhaps faith in peace itself.